Almost to the Meadows, and it dawned on me a few little things I forgot to touch on. Obviously, I believe, I haven't talked to Kelly, but I believe there's a few tickets left for our open house tomorrow. It should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a hot one, and you'll be able to see Amy McDonald make her first qualifying drives tomorrow also. But it should be a lot of fun. A lot of fun tomorrow in Northfield for sure. Also this morning I did not touch on, nor did I write the link for GoFundMe for Preston. I apologize. That is 100% my fault and really unacceptable. I'll have that link out. I will make a post when we get to the Meadows to make a post, and I will send the link out for Preston. Obviously, if you missed yesterday's video, there were a couple accidents this week. Mark, my brother, he thinks he got a small fracture in his wrist. Now, I don't know whether that keeps him out of Wednesday. I know that Memento Mori is in, and I'm sure I have emails from people saying, Anthony, are you sure Mark's all right? No, I'm not sure, but just in case, I spoke to James this morning about going to drive Memento Mori in Buffalo. Keep in mind, Buffalo, from where James lives, is about 2.5 hours. So, if that, quite frankly. So, our option will be James, I suspect, but Mark has driven him before, and if he wants to go to Buffalo to drive him, he is more than welcome to. So we talked about Preston, we talked about Maury, we talked about the open house. NASA, I'm surprised. I really thought, now I know at 10 o'clock when the shares opened up for NASA, I had a number of people email me saying, Anthony, nice horse, don't think he's worth what you want for him. The share prices were mistakenly inputted at $41,119 or something to that effect. Obviously, Wendy made a little error when she was open. Not a big deal. She's corrected it, but he is not sold out yet. I know this is our first purchase, I think, if I'm not mistaken, our first purchase of 2025 publicly. And I just assumed he would sell out right away, but he hasn't. That's fine. I will let everybody know this. Whatever shares are left, let's say Monday by noon, they will become mine, because I didn't get any shares of any of the horses you share for the most part. Also, I just assumed I had reserved myself to the idea that there was not going to be any shares left moments after he opened up, but to have some shares left still 2 hours and 30 minutes after we open them up, a little surprising. So we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the day. Ollie's team is winning right now in the second game. They won the first game, and Ollie played good. It was funny, when we got there, I was a couple of minutes late because we were training My Name is Swaney and 3 Point Blue Chip together. I wanted to get a look at in New York. We have 5 heading down to Kentucky today. In New York's going to stay back. There's a little peggy on that right front. Dr. Latessa looked at it and said, it's just a little rough. Why don't we inject it and just not send him down right away? I have no problem with that. That's what we're going to do within New York. So he is not headed to Kentucky. He wasn't slated to race until next Friday anyway, but it looks like he'll probably miss the Lebanon Fair and then maybe make the next one, I guess. And then 3 Point Blue Chip and Wayne trained fantastic this morning. Very happy with both of them. The reason it was important to train them both today, Wayne got in Wednesday. They were looking for a maiden, 2-year-old maiden pacing filly for Wednesday, and I said, I got one if you need her. So Wayne is going to race on Wednesday. And also 3 Point Blue Chip, you may see him surface Friday at Scioto in the Mount Morrison 5,000. Obviously, he will be short. But we trained in 2-4 in a bit today. Both were very strong. I don't think he needs a ton more work, but if he's going to have to go out and trot in 54, that time off will play a role. But he does need to get racing. As far as mechanically speaking, he was trotting very, very good this morning. So I was happy with what I saw in that regard. Now, on our way over to the Meadows, we have horses racing today. We had horses qualifying this morning. I was a little frustrated. I thought that, we gave Solidarity the week off. I thought we were going to go forward out of the gate and qualify him a little harder. Instead, James had other ideas. He was going to drag him back into the 7-hole, and Solidarity clearly was a little unhappy. He was on the same page as I believe, and neither of us were on the same page as James. And whatever, I'm not gonna dwell on it. It is what it is. But to me, I'll talk to James after. I'm sure he'll give me a reason why he thinks he made a break. But to me, it just looked like he was coming forward off the car, and he tried to back him into the 7-hole, and Solidarity was having none of that. That was my take on it. I could be completely wrong. Maybe he grabbed a shoe. Maybe he did something. I don't know. but I wasn't thoroughly pleased with that. Now, I watched Steady Volo go, and I don't know why I never noticed last time. This horse never really wore hobbles. We wore hobbles on him one time in Ohio, just because, and this is back when his knees were a little sore, and I was making the decision to send him to Ontario. And I didn't even realize that he qualified with hobbles on last week. I was a bit surprised. I said to Harry, I'm a little surprised you got hobbles on him. He was always pretty sure-footed. He goes, well, you sent hobbles with him? I said, you know what? First off, I said, no, I didn't. I don't think I did. And then Jason reminded me the last day he trained, we did put the hobbles on him. But that was, again, a little more, that was born more from frustration, where I thought he shouldn't have been making a break, and he did. And I said, just put the hobbles on him. Whereas it was probably his knees hurting him a little bit, and also he's going through a growth spurt. So I had said to Harry, it might be worth just taking them off him, because he only, I didn't realize he wore them once in hindsight, but if he did, it was only the one time, and I don't really think they helped that much. I wasn't really pleased with this qualifier today. 2 and a piece, looked rather ordinary, and walked under the wire. That's not really what I want our horses looking like. So, we had very high hopes for this guy. Now, that means nothing in June or July. No one cares. The horses don't care what hopes and dreams you had for them back in January, February, March, when it pertains to what they're actually doing in July and June. But I do expect quite a bit more from this horse. And, honestly, I was a little taken aback today when I saw him qualify. I was a little disappointed in him. So we'll see if we can't get him started back up. He's not going to race off that mile. He's definitely going back to the qualifiers next week. We'll see if we can't get him squared away and trotting forward properly. And then Lifting Legend, again, just got away fourth and stayed fourth the whole way. A fourth place finish in his qualifier, probably 2-1 and a piece, 2-2 maybe. An okay mile. I think Lifting Legend's going to be a decent grassroots colt. One of those horses that just goes out and gets it done. I don't know where he'll finish. He'll do whatever he can do, but he will stay flat. And I think we'll have a decent summer with him also. If I sound like I'm a little less than pleased, I am. A break from a horse that I thought would qualify in 56, 57 today. A very lackluster qualifier from a trotter that we held in pretty high regard all year. And then Lifting Legend, he would have had to go break the track record and bring my spirits up from the way the first two qualified. So it's a little unfair to him. He went out and did his work exactly how he was supposed to do and got it done. And he'll begin racing next week also. So that is, I did have some updates. I do hope many of you are making your way. I'm having some emails come in now saying, yes, we are coming over. I've been forwarding those emails to Kelly. I'm sure we still have some tickets left. It should be a lot of fun tomorrow at Northfield Park. And, of course, we have horses racing tomorrow night, mainly Neptune and especially Spitfire Overseas. I'm expecting, I know he's got the outside, but I'm expecting a good mile from Spitfire Overseas tomorrow at Northfield Park. So that is a second update, but I think it was warranted. I believe we did have some stuff to talk about. I wanted to update you on how the horses trained and why they trained and when they're in to go. I did want to update you on bringing the link to you. My apologies again. I will have that link for Preston Shaw. I would say within the hour I'll have something posted for you. And again, for maybe those of you that don't know the name, it rings a bell, but you can't place him. Preston Shaw got married last year to Emily, who was one of our caretakers, a very, very nice girl. And Preston is a really nice guy. He was our blacksmith, our main blacksmith for 2-3 years in Guelph, and he's moved out west just in time to get in an accident, I think. He's been out there for a while, doing well, driving, having a lot of fun, getting some work done, ready to start a family, and then, of course, as it happens in horse racing, goes down and smashes himself up. And if we can help him out at all, that would be, I think that would be nice. It would be a nice gesture. So, with that, I'm going to let you go. Have a great Saturday. I hope we have a great Saturday ahead of us. We have 3 races on tap today. We have Arrowhead. I've decided to race him, but I'm going to race him accordingly. For all of you guys out there looking to bet him, I'm not saying I'm not going to win, but I'm not going to go right to the well to do it because he has to come back and do it again in 5 days. We also have Patrick DePirano. Who's the other one I'm missing? Highest Honors. What am I talking about? Our first drive of the day. I'm going to be there in 25 minutes, which will be, I'll be there in 16 minutes, which puts me about 13 minutes before Highest Honors goes on the track. That's okay. I expect a good mile from all 3 of these horses today. and to continue our good racing this week, especially on the rookie front. Take care. Talk to you soon. Have a great weekend wherever you are.